Assalamu alaikum. Today I'm here with another board game review. Today I'll be reviewing Kahuna, a small two-player game about area control. This comes from Cosmos two-player lines, same games as Lost Cities, and Kahuna might be, I think, one of their second best game in that series, or third best if you consider Targi in that series as well. So Kahuna is an area control game in which you will be playing cards, and whatever is shown on the card you will be placing one of your bridges. As soon as you have enough bridges connecting to an island, you will be taking control of that island. At the end of the round, whoever has more control of those islands, that player will be gaining victory points. So it's a very simple game to play, to understand the rules, and so it's very quick to play as well. But there is a deep layer of strategy in it as well. So let me go closer to the table and show you how the game works, and then I'll tell you my final thoughts. How the game is going to work is that we are going to build bridges to connect these two different islands, and how you connect these islands is by playing cards like this. So on your turn you will be playing one of these cards, and these cards are really good in a sense that you can always orient them by these symbols. So on the back side the symbols are given yellow and red, and you can orient with the board, so the other player on the other side can orient the card in their way, that which side is yellow and which side is red. And the map which is shown here is going to tell the name of the island, Aloha for example, the island, and it's going to in the red highlight that which island we are talking about, because these islands have weird names like Aloha, Duda, Ilai, Bari. So you might not remember them, but then this is going to exactly highlight where you are going to find that island if you are holding the card in the right orientation. So the cards are really well designed. Now, going back to the gameplay, when you play this card, what's going to happen is that you will be allowed to now place one bridge which connects to Aloha. So there is a bridge location here, here and here. So for example, I'll place one bridge here. And in this way, at the end of my turn, I'll be able to draft one of these cards which are available in the market. This will go to the discard pile and I can draft, and based upon my strategy, that what additional things I can look at my existing cards that I have in my hand, I can pick one of these cards. So let's say I picked up this card, and one more card will be revealed from the draw deck. Similarly, the other player is going to reveal one of their cards and accordingly going to play one of their bridges from one of the islands that they want to do. In this way, actually the players are going to see. So for example, previously if I had placed the bridge here, next time I can play this card which is for Bari, which is this island, and I can play on one of its bridges. So instead of placing in any of these locations, I can use this card to connect Bari with Aloha. Now, as soon as that happens, there are three bridges that connect to Aloha. As soon as I have the majority connecting to an island, then I hold the ownership of Aloha. And that's what you are trying to achieve. You're going to have an area control or majority that you want to achieve in each of these islands. Once you have the majority, this is going to score you points. Each player is going to in this way continue, and they will keep on placing bridges and controlling each of the island. Some islands will have more connections. For example, Fa Island has 1, 2, 3, 4 connections. Some island have 3 connections. So you want to sometimes reveal what islands you want to capture, and sometimes you want to have enough cards in your hand before you start revealing which island you are trying to capture. So even you can skip a turn and just not play a card and just draw or draft one of these cards to see that you can get your required cards enough in your hand, so that when your turns come, then you can go boom 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 and build enough bridges to actually control this island. At the end of the round, once this deck is going to run out or no players can build any bridges, then it will be seen on the board that which player has, the other player will be controlling in the same way different islands. As soon as they build bridges as well, we'll be seeing that who has majority of the islands captured. So whichever player is going to hold the majority of the island is going to get 1 point. Then the board will be made clear, and the same thing is going to continue again. Now, The game is of course going to become a little bit cutthroat as well, because once you play a card you can take over someone else's island as well. So even though you have captured it, but if someone else plays more cards for that island or through the connecting islands, that they can take control of it. So you do want to strategize that when do you want to reveal which island, or start playing the card for the island that you want to capture, and not reveal your hand that much early. The second round will go on and its scoring is going to be done in the same way, and in the third one you are going to see the points are going to be in the third round is going to be very crucial, because that's going to be based on the difference of, you're not going to get 1 point, but it's going to be based on the difference of the islands that you have. So for example, if this was the state at the end of the third round, then it's 3 versus 1, so 3 minus 1, the white player is going to get 2 points instead of 3. And that's how the final scoring, you will add up all the scores from the 3 rounds, and that will decide who was the winner of Kahuna. I hope that was quick enough for you to understand how the game is going to work. Again, I didn't go into each and every small nook and cranny, but majority of the rules have been explained in this explanation. Now, the main thing that is going to be attractive for anyone when playing Kahuna is going to be that decision space, that mind games that you are going to play, that when is the best time going to be, when are you going to play a card, when are you going to reveal your perfect set of hand that you have been trying to do, when are you going to let someone waste some of their bridges and then take over that island and let their bridges go to waste. How do you capture the area, that effect of that someone was going to one area and then you captured the surrounding island, and now they are in a constant threat that you are going to take over their islands. And that's one of the most interesting things in this game, this back and forth gameplay between the two players, that who is going to take control. And players are going to prefer some pick of their islands as their favorite, because that's how they see that, okay, from here, from Duda Island, I prefer to actually expand because it gives me more opportunity to expand to other islands. But then you might not get those perfect hand of cards, or someone else is drafting the cards that you really wanted, and based upon, you're always having a look, oh, what card he drafting. So you're trying to guess out as well by the drafting that they are doing from the table, that which islands are they going for. So there are a lot of those hidden kind of elements that you are trying to guess what your opponent is going to do. And since it is 2-player, it is all manageable. If this was converted into a 4-player game, then forget all those things out, because you cannot keep track of everything for 4 players. But that's why this makes it a perfect area control game for 2 players, which is not really a thing when it comes to your normal area control games, because normally area control games don't work for 2-player at all. Whether it's Kemet, whether it's any kind of area control game, Blood Rage, they are really imperfect for 2 players. But Kahuna is one of the best area control games for 2 players. But at the same time, there are going to be some cons. Sometimes it's going to be systematic. Okay, you are going to be limited to what cards you are going to get, and there will be some given perfect answers that you are going to do. The decision space becomes less for you, because, well, that's the only choice of cards that I have. Again, it might be based upon how you have played the game. So it can be said that it's not the game, it's the player who has played poorly. But still, I wish that there were more options of what you could do other than just playing a card on your turn, which could have helped the game better. So maybe if you don't play a card, you get to draft 2 cards instead of 1 card. Maybe that could have been a better option as an alternate, to give you more options that, okay, this turn what do I really want to do, and put a hand limit on it, because of course we don't want that ticket of ride style that players are hoarding up thousands of cards and then playing. We also don't want that to happen here. But anyway, Still, it's a really good game. The board size and the table, I especially use a smaller table just to show that how all the components can fit on a smaller table and the components work well. So even for a small space, this game is going to be perfect. Comes with a neat insert as well. Everything fits in the box and makes it a perfect two-player game. So if that you're interested in that, do check out Kahuna. That's it for me. Happy gaming.